they already beat them, and they have the advantage over all 3 of them.
So, Team One have a likelihood to make it to land. It's pretty high up there, to be honest.
This is insane.
So we're gonna go ahead and go through the map ban phase, and we're just gonna see where we're gonna be playing this match in particular.
Yeah, this is like for all the marbles for Team 1.
Cafe and Clubhouse. So it's one. It's either not gonna be Cafe, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, if Team 1 want to go to land, in all likelihood, they have to go perfect through this second half.
100%.
Wow, that is a lot more for Elevate than I would expect. Wow.
It's a big fan base. Again, this is it's a popularity contest.
It is a popularity contest. I mean, when they put the poll up on Twitter, they ask who you think's gonna win. We should have like rewards for people who guess right. That way, you're incentivized to vote for the people who you actually think are gonna win.
Yeah, if like, let's say if you're part of the percentage of the people that, I don't know if Twitter tracks that.
I don't know if you could, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you can't track directly, I guess. So.
Then it would expose everybody. You have to screenshot everything and show it.
That'd be, no, it's
reliable, just not worth it.
It would be cool to have a proprietary vote system then, so we could track it. Anyway, we're going to be getting into the match. Clubhouse, right? Defense first for Elevate. Attack first for Team 1. Bans begin.
Would he ban first, Maverick or Capital?
Well, I guess we're about to find out.
Capital has been a big ban on this map. You mentioned it before.
Yeah, he has
most banned up on the
most
attack.
banned.
There's the Maverick.
Maverick is the 3rd most banned operator on this map, but actually after that ban, today, he is the 2nd most banned attacker on this map. Capital?
I'm
Or
expecting
Thatcher? Thermite.
Thermite.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that's going to push Thermite
Only
up a little
Habana.
bit there.
Habana's the only heart breach now.
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting match for sure, but you can work around that for sure. Habana will allow you to open up a lot of drop downs. It can open up a lot of murder holes and walls. It's better than having only Thermite, I'd say. It depends on the site, but, you know. Actually, you know what? Some teams would disagree. Some people would prefer Thermite. Some teams would prefer Habana. It depends on what kind of strategy you're trying to execute. If you want to go through things, it's better to have the Thermite.
Exactly.
Or the Maverick, even.
I think Gym Bedroom's going to be a much stronger site.
The only way, in terms of like actually going through stuff, that Habana is better at than those 2 operators is the drops.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Habana loses out on actual entry through walls.
But because what's the only site that really relies on the hatches in this case is a church, right?
The basement.
So basement, church, armory, but you have Qaed, and you're very limited when it comes to utilities. So tricking with the Qaed is going to be massive on that kitchen hatch, which is what usually happens. So we might see dirt pressure with oil pit. Who knows? It really is up in the air. And we're going to go to cache CCTV for our first site here.
Man, I just can't get over how the ban phase played out. Like I'm like so like. No, not the ban phase. I'm sorry. No, I'm distracted.
Score lines?
The score lines, yeah.
Yes.
The points in Latin America right now are crazy.
Dude, yes.
Because you've got all these teams that are trying to qualify at the top, and then you've got Team 1, the Shadow team, way back there, and they're like, we could still qualify, and everyone's like squabbling over those points, trying their best to slow each other down. Meanwhile, Team 1 should have an easy breezy 9 points in these last play days. They have to win all of them to really have a chance, but if they do win all of them, I could totally see them going. I could see it, man.
Good luck.
It's crazy. Oh, man. Latin America, it's some scary stuff to be a Latin American team right now. To be a Latin American team that is close to qualifying, like no guarantees right now. I'd say the most well-positioned team overall is actually, I think, FaZe. Let's take a look here. Because FaZe play MIBR today. They play Ints in the next play day. Yeah, FaZe are the most well-positioned team. Right now, it looks like FaZe are going to finish first in the season. That's what it looks like it's going to happen. It depends on that FaZe NIP match at the end of the season. Anyway, I'm just going to keep rambling about this stuff. It's so interesting. Let's get focused on this match here and now. It's going to be a cash defense to begin. And Thatcher being brought, Habana being brought. That's the most you're going to get in terms of hard destruction. You've got the Capitao too, who will assist in opening up that wall. Will guarantee no bandit tricking. Qaed has not been brought, interestingly, which means that Elevate can't keep the wall from getting opened up very easily. But with the Thatcher, it probably would have been a factor.
I'm not sure about that. I would have opted for the Qaed instead of the Alibi.
Yeah, I mean, I would have too, but it's probably not going to happen because of the Thatcher. Wow,
okay.
Free kill for Cyprus.
All right, so he just peeks and fights the Capitao, and...
Well, he knew it was going to happen, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you had Skadinia to support you.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't cover that.
It's just a quick peek from an angle that you can't really reach, I guess. But
it did look a little outside of his line of sight, yeah.
But it did happen. Big play here for Elevate, eliminating the Capitao, and not sure if the Bandit's going to be able to do much with the wall now.
The firebolt did go off, so I imagine the wall got opened, right? But I don't actually know because we haven't seen the wall. Zion lost a little bit of HP there, and he's not on the wall anymore, so I'm guessing it's breached.
You'd expect so. And actually, Team One are kind of rotating everybody to the other side.
Construction workshop now. Yeah, it looks like they're... I mean, well, you can open up both, right? That's usually what happens. You'll open up the server wall.
There's one hole. Yeah, there you go.
So what that means is that Rise can apply pressure to the site and cut off the rotation inside of server, which is really important. And it's actually primarily going to be a workshop take. I think that makes a lot of sense, considering you've only got Havana.
I agree with that. Falls going to be able to delete this wall. Rise is going to get Zion, and there you go. That's the EMP you were looking for.
Oh, they just lost some of their
have a Maestro. Oh, I think it was Evil Eye.
No, it was the Jaeger from downstairs shooting through the drop down. Yeah, you could hear his shots rattling off. Hell destroyed some of the X-Scaros from below, and Cypress gets his second kill onto Rise. Second set of X-Scaros detonating on the wall, and it looks like this one will be fully successful. Hell also gets Skadinia, though, from below, so Team 1 suddenly struggling against Elevate. This first round not looking great for them.
No, the Bucks is watching here along the outside. Just the entrance to the balcony. To room, and they'll trade out 1-to-1, but Midi and Lev are ready for the last two of Team 1. It's just, wow, great round from Elevate. Their picks were fantastic, and the Valkyrie is just, we talked about it. Valkyrie is usually your go-to op to get a lot of kills on LATAM.
It's definitely one of the premier fragging operators for the defense in Latin America. Okay, so that round, really telling, but also keep in mind, 2 hard breachers banned makes the attack very hard. And you can see there was some disruption going on to the hard breaching that was coming out. One thing I will say is that while it, yes, makes the attack very hard, I don't think that hard breach or lack thereof was a major factor in that round in particular. So, gotta lay that at the feet of Team 1 and Cypress as well for having an individually good performance in the first round. Gonna be a basement defense here now. In the second. Now, remember all that theory crafting we were talking about where Team 1 makes it to LAN? That's more than likely going to require them, I think actually will require them winning all 3 of the remaining matches in the season. Yes. So if they lose here, then... Nope. Yep. Then it'll go down to just the closed loop of Liquid, FaZe, NiP. And... I mean, that would be, again, it will still be interesting, but... less interesting, I guess, when you have 4 teams that could qualify in the last 2 play days. You just don't see that very often. So
yeah, I guess this season has kind of been such a special one where both Latin America and EU have 4 teams that are fighting for the spots.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been that today, actually, it was decided that because NiP drew, it was decided that Latin America went the way of Europe instead of going the way of North America, because DZ became the gatekeepers for NA, where NiP could have been the gatekeepers for LATAM, but NiP didn't do as DZ did and won.
It really is crazy.
It is so hard to explain because there's so many moving parts, and I know a lot of this must sound like gibberish to a lot of our viewers.
We're just bathed in Siege all the time.
Yeah, so for us, it's kind of it's hard to. We're doing our best to explain it as well as we can, but right now, the point that you should be getting away from all of this discussion is just how crazy it is for not only Latin America, but all the different regions on who's going to be going to LAN.
Yeah, I feel like a conspiracy theorist with the way that...
It's like, super exciting, too.
Yeah, it's like, the numbers, they're just great.
The numbers don't lie, man. Ninjas in pajamas, they could choke it. They could not go to LAN.
And actually...
Team 1 could go. They're in 4th, they could go.
He's on the edge of his seat, ladies and gentlemen. And we've only just begun. No action so far. Team 1 are kind of taking their time, destroying as much as they can of these floorboards before they actually gauge themselves for the entrance. Hell is waiting up, and he's one of the few that actually run that suppressor on the TCSG. But it's good. Sometimes you can really put your opponents and play them for a loop. And Lukit is just looking down. All skeleton keys basically used up here. No Nitro flung his way just yet. And we'll see Midi fall back to site. It's Zion, actually.
Oh,
that's...
missed opportunity is what that is.
Yeah. Skadinia using his impact to open up the top of the wall.
So you know he was trying to challenge the angle. He just missed it. Okay, so that's some bad soft breach there from Team 1, and now they're going to have to rotate Lukid over here. Just a little bit of time spent on that.
Yeah, he's got 2 more Skeleton Key shots to use, and he's looking down. Is the wall soft, actually, in the hallway? I'm not sure. I think it was.
It's possible, but it looks like it's going to be a blue Moto church wall take.
That is a great use of the firebolt. Grenade's going to get chucked in the rotation, and Lukid, beautiful headshot on a Hellraiser. And that might just be the entrance that Team 1 are looking for. 35 seconds left. They're going to be using the second firebolt in the back to hit the player behind the shield, but the band is a bit further back. Meteor is going to fall, and more damage done is Zion. That's going to fall as well. So Team 1 now pressuring from every single angle. Lev will get 1 kill, though, on a Reduct, and Siprit is firing on all cylinders here. He's trying to hold on to Blue and to Armory, but too many angles for him to watch, and False comes in for the last one on Lev. Round 2, won up by Team 1.
So Team 1 keep themselves in this. They're definitely not going to fall flat on their faces here. That's good to see for them and their fans. That last match really opened up so many things. And now, I mean, everyone's just really like theory crafting. And all of it comes down to actually predicting the results of these matches, right? Because if, again, Team 1 managed to perform, then... Oh, I want to see it because I want to know that it's I know it's possible. I want to see it happen. It would be a miracle run for Team 1 at this point. That would be such a shotgun clutch.
It really would be.
But anyway, that last round, really well executed by Team 1. The thing that they did the best was they actually managed to use their utility great. So they used their Capitao bolts, the best of all. And that should tell you exactly why Capitao is the most banned attacking operator on Clubhouse. So what he was doing with those bolts was forcing anybody off of the minibar, off of Black Box, to fall back to the A bomb inside of Church. And if you guys were paying close attention, you would have noticed that Lukid actually used his nades on the A bomb. So he was nading to account for what the firebolts were forcing the defenders to retreat to. So there was nowhere safe for any defender in that round inside of Church to really anchor, because everywhere else is exposed to one of the angles that the other attackers are playing.
Exactly. From blue, from top, everything is there.
Yeah, so there's a lot of angles being played there from Team 1, but that was all. The point I'm trying to get at is that was a really well-coordinated push from Team 1 onto the basement, and great job from them isolating the angles. It's nothing amazing or miraculous or special. We've seen it a lot before, but it is well executed and a well-refined strategy from Team 1, and that you have to respect.
Definitely so. It takes is that coordination that really elevates your play. Pardon the pun, but it really took Elevate by surprise in that round. They were really expecting to fall so quickly in unison. But now Team 1 are setting up for the same style of play as they had before. Claymore should be coming up at any point here to protect Oil Pit. Team 1 are droning all the top floor, and they're going to spot that everybody's downstairs. So what do? They're going to drop down and start the same thing that they were doing before. Bana opening up the hatches, and the Buck trying to find the opening. And really, it's that opening on... I don't remember which player it was. Was it the Kite first? I think they got him first, and it's like, well, this is great. Now we don't have to deal with any trickery, and our grenades are going to destroy batteries very quickly. We have our Capitao. This is why Capitao gets banned so much on this map specifically. He's been so strong now on the 2 sites that we've seen played, and he's also immensely powerful on Gym and Bedroom. Those crossbow bolts can do so much work.
He certainly can, and again, that's why he gets banned so much. But not here. Not today. Instead, they opted for 2 hard breachers for whatever reason. Lots of soft destruction going out here, and Reduct is actually going to have to do a good portion himself. You know, normally you'd have the Buck do this so that you save some time and ammunition, but he's working on the kitchen right now. Now, it's been pretty much the same round as last so far in terms of setup from Team 1 and setup from Elevate as well. No roamers on the Elevate side. They're just relying on that anchor, which is typical for the basement on Clubhouse. Bana Exkeros going out on the church wall. Cannot be impact tricked because it's too low on the wall. Hell trying to challenge onto Nublu. Gets a drone and falls back before he loses his head, quite literally. Elevate still have control of Church, but there's a giant hole in the wall now, which is going to make this hold a lot more difficult when we come down to the end. Firebolt's coming out. Now this is going to set up for the nade. Firebolt will come out, and then the nade will come out from Lukid if he's even set up for it. We should hear it in just a little bit, but no, not actually going to go out. Skadinia sees a foot, but doesn't shoot it. Hell will take down Rise, peeks into New Blue, doesn't see anything, falls back. Mighty will take down Falls as well, so Team 1 really struggling on this push. There are opportunities here, but they're not really executing the same attack that they did last time. They're not using the same tools in the same ways, and that's allowing for movement from the defense. That movement is going to cost them, though, as they lose a lot of players, though it is Refrag City here, as Elevate keep themselves in the lead. Little time for Lukid, and he'll be shut down by Lev on a long angle from Arsenal. Elevate their second round.
It's a good way to kind of play this again. Elevate fixed their problems. They realized, okay, maybe we're a bit too exposed. We shouldn't be challenging the Buck. Leave them alone, and we'll just play our own game. Because if anything, you can impact at a distance. You're very limited on Heart Breach because you only have the Habana. So the Kitchen Hatch is not really your biggest concern. The play from Moto and from Blue are the ones that are going to really weigh you down on the defense. So what do? You put in as much effort to hold on to these sites, to these parts of the sites, and you're good to go. Nobody was able to push through Blue. The Zofia was pretty much unable to do anything in that. And getting the early pick helped so much. Because I say early pick, but it was like literally at the last 20 seconds of the round. So it was early into the planned aggression, I guess, from Team 1, which forced them to stall out. You saw the Zofia firing in and then fall back, unsure of what to do. And those moments of hesitation, Elevate just capitalized on so well.
All right, so Elevate going to the cash defense. And they've been having a good defensive half so far. Again, Team 1, they don't win here. The odds are going to land low. I know we talk about that a lot, but it's just, that's the most relevant thing, to be honest. Like it by far supersedes all other things. Is like, it's pretty much just, they could still do it. Elevate can't. Elevate can't even get out of relegations. Elevate are stuck, as far as I know. Actually, no, wait. Is it? Yeah, they're stuck.
They're stuck.
Wait, hang on. No, they're not, actually, because they might have the tiebreak over Ints. Let me check here. I think they do, actually, don't they? Yeah, no, they're not stuck, because they have the tiebreak over Ints, and if Elevate win all of their matches, then they'll have the same amount of points as Ints, which means they would get out, I think, right? Because it does say when they get stuck. Remember?
That's true.
And then I don't think maybe they are, but
with 4 points,
I'm pretty sure they'd have to win every single match. I don't see them doing.
Yeah, and even with that, they would be 1 point over INTZ, and INTZ are playing.
No, they would be.
No,
they
wouldn't
points.
be. They would tie him.
And they would, but they have the tiebreak because they beat.
Yeah,
Ints,
and INTZ play FaZe and Liquid.
But the Elevate have to beat. They have to win all of their matches.
Yeah, they have to win everything
to avoid relegations. So
unlikely.
Reduct is going to take down Hell to start this round. That's a good start. Hell has been a really good performer for Elevate, actually. Take a look at his stats. He is currently he's one of the most positive players on his team. He is he's the top performer for his team. He's negative. He's -2 in his KD. 2 less kills than deaths, but
Oh,
wow.
Ow. Okay, Rise.
That's a tight angle.
That was a very tight angle, and beats out Midi. Team 1 finding the openings that they want.
So yeah, Hell is the top performer for his team, even though he's negative, just like the rest of them. But you know, getting him picked off early is really good for his team.
And maybe him to deal with the devil.
Really good for the other team is what I meant to say. The exothermic charges, Excaro's charges are going to be successful on that wall, which means now Team 1 have access to the site. They also have a 5 versus 3 advantage, which is pretty strong.
All right, is watching, but remember to hit the Maestro, you have to not hit his backpack, actually hit the operator. So even if your reverses is not done there, it's thrown me for so many loops in the past, so it happens. Lev is going to find one on Rise, so that was the Thatcher that was low on HP, and this allows Lev to now turn his attention to the entrance from Construction, but Sion is going to be taken away. One player in the back, and Lev eliminated. Cypress the last alive versus 4, and Luca diving out the window. There's 2. Team 1 making sure they stay in the contest here. Make it 2-2, but this is defensive half for Elevate, so, and it's again Clubhouse, so.
So I want to remind you all that Team 1 has a particular player on their squad, and I think their name, Team 1, is very appropriate because almost everyone on the Team 1 roster is negative in their overall KD for this season. 0.9 for RHZ, 0.95 for Reduct, 0.91 for Skadinia, 1.04 for Falls, who is the only other player who's positive other than Lukid, who has a whopping 1.6 kill-death ratio, 45 more kills than deaths, and he is the #1 fragger in Latin America. So Team 1 indeed, Lukid is somebody to be paying attention to in any Team 1 match. Meanwhile, on Elevate, they have the... Oh, I can't even say it. Look at this.
Good God!
I know! I can't, though.
No, we can't say that.
Oh, boy.
He's got 5 opening kills, though.
He's got 5 opening kills.
Any diffuser play?
Let me see. 1.
1 plant.
Can't say who we're talking about, but yeah. So yeah, anyway, Lukid specifically he's not only in terms of kills one of the top players on his team. He's got 3 plants. He's got 2 clutches. He's got 1 diffuse, or disable, as we call it. So yeah, Lukid is the overall, statistically, the top performer in all of Latin America. So yeah, keep an eye on him. Muzi's close, but after today's performance, I imagine he's going to lose a little bit of points there.
So how's watching? Okay. Maybe it's just the hatch that's closed for us, but not for him.
I do not know.
Sometimes it happens. So maybe he's just practicing. Maybe he wants to pre-fire. Maybe the hatch is open and we just don't see it.
I didn't see it because I actually don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. I was writing down.
The hatch on logistics is closed, and he was like looking up to fire through it. I'm like,
oh no, he's just pre-aiming probably. Because like it gets opened up all the time, right?
Yeah, that's why you're like expecting the guy to open it and immediately shoot at him. So,
yeah, probably. Just pre-aiming. So Elevate playing inside of Gym. They've got a good roam array on the top floor here over by Cash. They're even holding inside of Garage, which is going to slow down Team 1's take a lot. Garage is a really tricky place to take. The catwalk can do work so well, and Mighty's doing a great job of it. He'll take down Lukid, who we just talked about being incredibly relevant. And even exchange overall in the follow-up engagement, that means that Elevate takes the lead in this round because of the early kill from Mighty. Team 1 are into server, though. Skadinia's not even checking Garage. This is really interesting. Meanwhile, Falls is trying to challenge it by himself, and he'll die to Mighty. No refrag from Skadinia. He's distracted trying to hold the cash push, but there is no cash push. That means that Mighty actually gets refragged by somebody else. So there is a kill onto Mighty finally, but it took a while, and it was Rise to get that kill, I believe. Didn't quite catch it. It's interesting take there from Team 1.
Recharges up here for Rise. And he's going to be able to pressure Cypress from behind. No Nitro Cell for the Valkyrie. Got to be careful. Where's your drone? Oh, no. Cypress goes off the angle. And Rise gets him. Now it's a 2-2. And there's a decent chunk of time left here for Team 1. The soft wall. And you can break it off pretty easily here with the Zofia. It's a stun. No. You got to be switching about. Okay, just to make sure that there's nobody up close by the rotation hole. Lev is here. There's 3 smoke canisters that he can use. And with a shotgun, oh my, he can do so much damage. Zion is also watching, and there's the trickery from the Alibi. Using her prismas. They're pre-fired, and this is going to force Team 1 off the angle to kind of play from the gym window as well for it. Being watched in construction. Zion peeks out, and...
What?
Oh no! Oh no! He loses it! Skadinia, he needs to go for the fight, or... plant. He's got it. Right behind the shield. No, he's way off in the secret vault. Skadinia gets tricked.
He just waits that round out. Elevate will take it.
Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like 3 seconds left. I'm just staying in secret vault.
What was that engagement for Zion?
I don't know how he lost that. Oh, unfortunate. He got shot in the back.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't want to. No.
Oh, man. No, but that was a good win there at the end. Nice wait out from Elevate. And now they take the lead for the second time in this match. Well, actually the third time in this match. So we go to Church, bottom floor, for the last defense of the first half.
No, we got it. Save.
This is going to be a site that actually is successful for the attack and the defense both. So mixed results here, 1-1. This will be the decider on who takes that and who will be coming out ahead in this half overall, because a 3-3 is a decent spot to be as an attacker on Clubhouse, especially when you have 2 hard breacher bans. So if Team 1 can take this, and they've done it in the past, then this is a happy place for Team 1 in the overall match.
10 seconds to insertion.
So 3-3. That's what Team 1 are looking for at the half. And again, this might be the map working really well for Elevate. We'll have to see on the second half. There's the AUG 3 being brought up by the Qaid. You'll see it sometimes. I think Gogo is running with the AUG 3 quite consistently as well. It really just depends on the role that you want to put him in. And Mighty's actually going to stay at the top floor for just a moment. No, he's going to fall back down just to catch off maybe some drones. No, he's going to double down. That's 2 drones taken away by the Jaeger. He's going to be contesting by the bathroom, checking strip club.
Mighty's doing a good job of delaying at the very least, but he's got to save a solid, or he's got to waste a solid 20 more seconds, or he's basically wasting his life. He'll fall back to the main stairs, and that's the right call for Mighty.
3 drones, takes no damage, waste time. Great.
There's only 10 drones total, of course, on the attacking side. So when you get 3, that does disable information gathering a lot. When it comes to the final take, if you can take down enough of those drones early, then the attackers will be out of information in that actual engagement. You know, most professional teams, not all of them, mind you, but most professional teams count drones. So when you get a kill on a drone, you say they have 9 drones left. When someone else gets a drone, they have 8 drones left, and so on. And this is a pretty standard thing in Comp Siege. So yeah, it should really reinforce to the to you as a viewer how important disabling information for the attack can be, and how relevant a lot of professional players place it.
Here's all the EMPs coming out. Another one to make sure that the Qaid does not trick the hatch. And did it work? Did he impact it? We can't really tell.
I don't know.
No, X-Scarves are going to be used on construction.
Sometimes you don't get to see what you want to see. Look, it's going to be opening up the Armory wall. So that's an access, or Arsenal wall. That's an access point into Arsenal from the main stairs. It's a really important one. It's a pretty common take there. You see that a lot since the wall's not fully reinforced, and you don't have enough reinforcements on the basement to do a double reinforcement there. You'd have to sacrifice something.
Exactly.
So you get one, and then the other wall gets opened. Now, Team 1 have a lot of options because of that. Elevate, though, still have 5 alive and only 40 seconds to hold out, which is a pretty good place to find yourself in this situation.
No utility left here for Skadinia. So it looks like Team 1 have used up quite a bit of their potential. Before they walk into the site, though, the crossbow bolts are being heard, and Lukid enters right into the site as he previously opened it up. Skadinia and Lukid will find a kill each. One through the smoke here for Lukid, and they're going to plant, and they can watch it from above. Skadinia gets another one for a 2K, and there's Diffuser. Beautiful play from Team 1 as Lukid finds another, and all left on 1. Cypress gets Skadinia, goes in for the headshot, but no, too far away. Lukid putting the 3K here for the round and opening up the hole that he needed to walk in. This is so well played from Team 1. They scouted things correctly with their drone and said, you know what? Let's just go for a plant in the front of Armory. And this is really going to be our best bet. Otherwise, we will fail just like we failed before for church takes. Let's go for something else. And it worked great. We end the half at 3-3. What Team 1 were looking for?
A big part of that round was Skadinia's performance. Of course, getting a 3K on the entry. And again, that's the top top performer in terms of stats overall for Latin America this season. So, yeah, Skadinia doing Skadinia things. We don't actually, I suppose we don't really talk enough about him. Or no, sorry, about Lukid. I don't know why I said Skadinia. We don't talk enough about Lukid, who is the top performer in terms of stats. I don't know why I said Skadinia. It was Skadinia's actually doing pretty well though in the season.
Yeah.
He's doing decent for his team, but not as well as Lukid. Lukid is number 1 in LATAM right now.
49% headshot percentage going to this day.
30, yeah, but for...
no, 31 for him. Yeah, I'm looking at Archit.
That's that's right.
Yeah, okay, Luke at 45 plus KD, and I'm not sure what he's at right now. So 1.66. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy.
You know, interestingly, Lukid has some of the best killing stats in all of Latin America, but he's a 31% headshot rate, which is really low.
And Luke had got 9 kills now. I'm not sure how many times he's died. I assume at least 3.
All I do know is that he's going to be buffing his stats after this play day, that's for sure. Now, one thing I want to highlight about this match in particular is that it's 3-3, which is actually going to favor the attacking team. Especially considering 2 things, the map and the bans. So right now, Team 1 are in the lead.
Yeah, because you have the Maverick and the Thermite. I assume you meant the defending team.
Yeah, Team 1 are in the lead because they ended the first half 3-3. Their attack half was 3-3, so Team 1 are in the lead.
Okay, good. Just to clarify it for myself. Okay. That said, what are Elevate going to try to do with this one?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, this is not going to be easy for them, of course. I'm kind of impressed that the Team 1 managed to get 3 rounds out of the first half, considering they did not, well, have a lot of tools to make it happen. Again, I would point a finger at Lukid, really fragging out for his team.
Yeah, playing as he has been throughout the whole season.
The whole season. He doesn't get talked about enough.
No.
He's the top performer in Latin America. We haven't talked about this yet.
We're talking about him now, and we'll continue to do so for the rest of this game, and maybe for the rest of this season, maybe in Japan, who knows?
Yeah.
By the way, for those asking, where do we get these stats? These are our own like ESL statistics that are not public.
Internally collected.
Yes. So that's how we can talk about all these things. So you'll have to kind of, I guess, believe us and run with us what we've got. More details is always good, and we can kind of use those to explain the dynamics even better.
I mean, until I saw these stats, I wouldn't have actually been thinking about it very much. But like, because Team 1 have been having a literally mediocre performance throughout this season, and they're close to qualifying. Sure, they could, because they're outside of the loop of everyone else. But you just wouldn't really be thinking about it. And then you look at Lukid specifically, and then even then it's like, well, I mean, he's been having a good season, right? But you don't really see how good until you actually see the stats. And yeah, Lukid has been having such a good season that he is number 1 in LATAM. Impact tricking misses there, and Lukid takes down Zion, though, inside of the oil pit hallway. He shouldn't have been able to win that fight. How did Zion lose that? He had the advantage in every way. He was dropping oil pit. Lukid was exposed in the hallway.
Did he get shot as he was dropping? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what happened.
See it. But Lukid still shouldn't have won that, though. I mean, even given that scenario. Now, that's the Capital gone on Elevate, which is a huge tool. And it's man advantage with only 30 seconds.
So, are they going to walk down? No, okay. Grenade's going to go away, and they're going to go for the plant in Armory. There you go. That's why you reinforce that wall, as we saw before. Grenade will be thrown right in here to their tunnel. Cypress and Midi will find 1 kill as they drop down for the plant. 3 left alive, so Reduct will get 1 on Cypress. Going in for the pre-fire. Falls. No more smokes to use. Rise is watching. Diffuser's been set. And Elevate will go for the fight. Rise actually loses it, but then gets dropped very quickly here onto Midi. Falls. Holding on as much as he can, but he needs Reduct to come around the back. This might take a lot of time, but time is definitely available. He can have... Oh man, he's going to have every single angle. All that the smoke needs to do now is delay. Firing in from above. Reduct will get 1. He spots the second. Gets him. Reduct has clutched the round. Goes in, gets the diffuser, and he's going to go on it. Team 1 secure their first round on attack. Man, the patience to go back. Absolutely insane.
Great clutch there for Reduct. Great clutch for Team 1. And to start the second half on defense, with an up 1, putting them at 4-3 now. That's great for them in terms of momentum as well. So that was close, but Reduct played that perfectly. I also have to give credit to the smoke inside of the tunnel. I believe that was Rise, if I'm not mistaken. It was, right?
The smoke?
Yeah, the smoke. Pretty sure it was either Rise or Falls, but I'm going to guess it was Rise. Either way, the real beautiful play there was from Reduct because he did a couple things right. When he went for his flank, he was not rushing. Had he been sprinting, he would have given away his position, and they would have been looking up on the kitchen doorway. He walked/crouch walked all the way to get into kitchen. Once in kitchen, he patiently looked for the fights and just won them. So good job to Reduct for that clutch. He used his time very well and did not panic. Now, Team 1 up 4-3. They will go to Cash next.
So, they're looking for this one. And what will be the big change? They're bringing the Qaid. I wonder who they're going to play in Garage, actually. I'm going to put the Legion or the Jaeger in that spot.
In Garage?
Yeah.
I mean, of the operators available, I'd probably put the Legion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like none of those are really Garage holding ops. Maybe. Oh, you know what you could do? You could do the Qaid in there because he can trick the wall from Garage.
That's very true.
And if he has impacts, he can trick the Garage wall if he falls.
You're so smart.
But I don't know if. Yeah, there it is. It's going to be the Qaid. So he's got impacts. So he can both Electroclaw trick the Garage walls, the server wall, and he can also impact trick if he decides to drop from Catwalk the Garage wall. So he's got a lot of options there. It is a kind of a niche position to put your Qaid, but yeah, it makes sense. You know, it's like a 2-for-1 basically. It's just like a 2-for-1 that's less solid than actually having a dedicated Garage holder and then Qaid dedicated to, you know, Electroclawing elsewhere.
So what'll Hibana do? Have one hole here to catch off anybody in the windows. It's usually what happens when you're trying to deal with anybody in the Garage. The Cap Tower is brought, so you're looking for fire bolts, and Elevate can use this to kind of spread all the way around the wall. Oh, but again, Skadinia comes out, finds Zion. It's the same thing that happened for Team 1 when they were on the attack, and Team 1 actually put 2 players to roam around construction and logistics to waste time for Elevate here.
EMP's coming out here on the other side. It's going to be the server wall that Elevate want to open up. Electroclaw's coming out to delay, as well as the Bandit batteries, but I think in this case it's just the Electroclaws to start. That's 2 EMPs used. Excaros go on. Is there any denial is the question. 2 sets of Excaros. No denial. Wall gets opened up. Okay, lots of EMPs used, lots of lifelines used, lots of Excaros used, but the wall has been opened for Elevate. That is a win, though, for Team 1 overall in terms of the utility game. And because it's just Hibana holes, it's not a lot of control for Elevate gained.
Exactly. Now, Reduct is what if he can find this kill, this can be huge. He's got the SMG-11 in hand. No possibility to survive beyond this, as he's here to watch. Construction gets hell. Oh no. What? The grenade sails out. There's no, you're not droning. You don't know if anybody is actually playing in that spot, but at least Cypress is able to take down Skadinia. Just so focused on the gym window. And you see that those Hibana holes are just not going to help you that much. They're trying to play logistics here out on the floor, and Lev will be able to find Rise, so Elevate do bring it down to a 3-3. Time is running out. Cypress only has these impact lifelines left. Falls will find one on Lev, and Cypress going in for the pre-fire behind Reduct. The site's open. It's a 2-2. They can just go in and start planting, but where's Diffuser? It's all the way back. They can watch it. The Qaid is just holding the one rotation, but Mighty will find the kill. All onto Lukid. He looks the wrong way, though he fires in. He finds one to be dropped and gets the kill on Mighty. Goes in for a quick peek. He's delaying. He knows he has the advantage and he can shoot his opponents from below. All he needs is the information. He's going to wait until the last second to go and fight. The fuser's being set here from Cypress. And he can't get off of it. This is more than enough time for Luka to go up, dive right into the back of the Zofia, who gets off of the diffuser. Unfortunately, mistimed, but that'll be a round for Team 1.
No, he's just saving KD, which is fine. I mean, he would have died there anyway. But okay, Cypress kept them in that, but he was alone pretty much in his efforts. There were a couple moments there from Elevate that were just, what? You know, boggles the mind kind of moments. Like, for example, Hell trying to push in through the front door. He didn't fully drone himself in. He didn't have full information, completely exposed. It gets baited, dies. That's the sort of thing that, yeah, okay, if you're going to do it, probably do it as a Jackal so you have information on the footprints. So you
Yeah,
know
why
if
the
someone's gonna be.
sledge?
Yeah, well, yeah, a Jackal, a Zofia, so you can use a lifeline to check. But you have to have hard information on where the enemy is before you peek in a scenario like that. So basically what I'm saying is Hell gave himself away for free. There were a couple other moments where Elevate were doing the same thing, but for the most part, they lost a lot of players and incurred a lot of attrition just pushing bottlenecks and dying to roamers.
Agreed. So at 5-3, Team 1, they're still looking for a victory. Remember, for them to qualify to Japan,
They probably have to win all of their matches.
yep, they really want to win all 3 games just in case.
In theory, they could do it without doing that, but no.
They're at 19 points right now.
So in theory, they could qualify with 2.
They could qualify.
They could qualify with 2
2
wins, but
they hold the tiebreak over Liquid and FaZe.
yeah. So it does assume that Liquid and FaZe just go limp for the remainder of this.
Yeah, if FaZe wins 1 game, here's the thing: FaZe can only win 1 more game, but they're also playing against MIBR next, so they might be able to get 3 points and get to 26,
Yeah.
which means Team 1's chances are very, very slim. It requires.
Well, yeah, they are very. Yeah.
They're already very slim, but they become nigh impossible if FaZe win today without Team 1's victory. But should Team 1 win, it means that they get the extra 3 points. They go to 22.
If Team 1 win all of theirs, they get maximum 28. In the current settings, that would put them at first place. But that assumes that none of the other teams above them will be getting many points.
Yeah, but Liquid maximum, how much can you get?
Here's the thing. Ninjas in Pajamas, FaZe, and Liquid are again, and they're all in the same loop for the remainder of the season. So that's the big thing that Team 1 has going for them. Team 1 effectively are playing the bottom bracket in order to get their last remaining points. So there's a high likelihood that they'll be able to stomp that and get their 28 points, and that might be enough for them to qualify. But that is, again, assuming Ninjas in Pajamas, FaZe, and Liquid all trip each other up. And so far, they've been doing that. So we'll see.
Something's got to give. Someone's got to give at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be NiP guaranteeing their spot today, but, that didn't happen.
Nope.
Okay, good denial here from Team 1. Jacuzzi wall not getting opened up. They have to be careful, and by they I mean Elevate, have to be careful about how many EMPs they use to try and open that up and when they use those EMPs. So you could see them being a little bit cautious on this breach.
We're halfway in the round, and there's still no pressure on Cash. Zion is watching, but he's still on the outside.
This is actually really interesting. Because there's 2 EMPs left, and there's 1 Electroclaw placed and 1 in hand for the Kaid, it means they have to deny the Bandit tricking before they go for EMP and opening the wall. They have to, because the Bandit can free trick it after both of the EMPs are burned by the Electroclaws. And because it's Mira, the Electroclaws are fast enough. Because it's, Thermite's faster, but anyway, it's very deep, very nuanced. What I am saying, though, is Elevate have to deny the Bandit tricking, and they're trying to do that right now. They're aware of it, and it's taking a lot of time.
Yeah, Rise denying the window for just a bit, but the hallway of death is still not cleared. There you go. It's going to be cleared, but the shield is still there. They're still there. That's why you need someone to come in and break the first barricade for you before you can do much. At least it's going to push Skadina back.
Yeah, he kind of whiffs on the Bandit tricking there despite having an opportunity to deny it. Reduct will get the refrag off of Skadina's death. Cypress, again, really a top performer for his squad. He's been putting in a lot of work, but Reduct is trying to fight this back. Elevate have the wall open now, and they will inch their way in, but they've got so little time, so they've got to rush. Zion vaults in and dies for free. Rise gets that kill and says, thank you very much. From the breach is Cypress, and he'll get his 2nd in the round. Mighty is in the site and looking for some frags. Cypress a 3rd. It's all on Lucid and Reduct. They're holding on for dear life in the dying seconds of the round. Lev has the diffuser. He can plant, but is he going to? Yes, he 6 it on 000. Cypress on low HP. He's trying to hold on. Mighty's been downed. Lev still planting, and there's no denial from Team 1. They saw the 000 for a solid 6 seconds, but they didn't even go for it. That is puzzling. Cypress goes down to Reduct, leaving just Lev in the 1 versus 2. Make that 1 versus 1, and he wins it! Lev with the big clutch! The plant in the last 2 kills! And Elevate take the round.
Mistimed from Team 1. 000. Basically half a second left, and the plant goes down. Lev saves the day there in the 1v2 clutch. My.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's a big choke from Team 1. Gotta say. They had that round. The 6 seconds of that diffuser were on 000. And that means that you should be retaking your site. I understand that they were trying not to panic, but there was such a big opportunity there because there was actually nobody holding the immediate push from Elevate. They had one down. Maybe that down wasn't called. I don't know.
Maybe they didn't know about it, but the Habana was planting, and who was it that was close? It was Solo and HP. Somebody got tagged, like, was it Zofia, I think? But one thing I don't understand is why the Capitao just kind of jumped in the window.
Zion?
Yeah.
Why Zion jumped in the window?
Yeah, okay.
Good question.
Fair enough.
I don't know. We've been seeing some really weird moments from Zion through this match, but it happens. 5-4 still for Team 1, so they are slated to win this. I mean, it's not done yet, but they're getting really close. This has been such a weird match. That last round really should have been Team 1. We should be on match point right to the second, and that probably would have ended 7-3. Likely, Team 1 is going to win this one, and then we will move on to 6-4. But then it might even be a struggle. Again, if this is a draw for Team 1, then their odds of going to LAN are pretty much nil. Not going to say that as a guaranteed thing. I haven't done the math on it, but it's very likely they won't make it.
Yes.
So this is a very important match for them.
Well, there's someone that was going around on Twitter, actually. I was
doing the stats?
Yeah, sending us the stats for like...
So those are really weird. I actually took a second to look at them one day, and I was like, I'm not sure what exactly is going into the calculation, so I try not to... I stopped using them.
Well, Lukid is holding on to servers. He's got the stairs as well. He's got Falls in support, and Mighty will find the first one on Scadinha. That's a very good start for Elevate. And this forces Team 1 to just walk back to site. I mean, he got shot downstairs as there was a hole opened, or maybe... No, he was just on the staircase. Well, fair, I guess.
It's a lot of... did the Excaros get used upstairs? Hang on. Because I thought I just saw Excaros holes.
Yeah, there was a wall that was opened up into construction.
It must have been a breaching charge, right?
Must have been.
Because there's no way there's a reinforcement there, and they used that on that. Yeah, it was a breaching charge. Look, Mindy's used his breaching charges. It must have been. Because he came in from upstairs. Cool. That's fine. I was a little bit worried for a second there that they wasted their Excaros. I was starting to panic. But there they are, so there you go. EMP is being used to deny the Electro Claws. If there were any, there are not. We did see Scadinha get picked off early on, I believe, the main stairs, so there's no bandit tricking going on, there's no Kai tricking going on, which means that Lev basically gets free opening here. Lev, of course, the hero of the last round. Big plays for his team. And he's actually, oh, wow.
Oh.
Gonna lose a lot of HP at the bottom of these stairs.
So close there. The smoke doing a lot of work, laying down on the floor and firing back into him. Lukid on the boost here. Green box. There's the Capitao crossbow bolt. Force Lukid back, and let's take down one drone. It's a 1-to-1 trade, and Zion with a TK! Oh no!
That wasn't Zion with a TK. That was Hell rushing into the firebolt, man.
Oh, yeah,
like what? That's not even on Zion. That's on Hell right there.
Oh my.
Why is he's rushing into the fire?
You'd think Hell would have some sort of resistance to the flames, but no.
Rise is going to take down Mighty meanwhile, and that's going to be one for Lukid as well, meaning just Zion left, and he's got 20 seconds to make this happen, but through the smoke, I believe it'll be Lukid to get the final kill, and Team 1 push us to match point.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was definitely really curious. That's actually, that's like the third or fourth kill through the smoke for Lukid in this match. He just knows, man. Lukid knows. That's why he's the top performer in Latin America in terms of stats.
Dude, but that...
I know. He Hell rushed into the flames. He was like, I got this.
Don't worry, guys.
He didn't, to be fair, he might not have died to the bolt if he hadn't been getting shot simultaneously.
Yeah, that's possible.
But he would have taken so much damage that it would have been unlikely he would have been able to do anything had he survived. So, and why are you rushing into the fire, man? That thing kills you so fast. So weird. Anyway, moving on. Match point, and it took a while for Team 1 to get here, but they are here. So, there you go. It'll be cash defense. We'll see if they can take it, or if we're going to be going to the last possible round. So far, Team 1 has been looking pretty stalwart on their defensive. Defensive side. They've dropped one single defensive round and only just barely. It was a 1 versus 2 clutch by Lev on gym defense 2 rounds prior. On cash, Team 1 are currently flawless. So it's overall been a good second half for T1.
5 seconds to go.
So 13 kills for Lukid and 5 deaths. So still a massive impact on every single round. He's had in 10 rounds, and we haven't even started, let's say 9 rounds, 13 kills. He's had over 1 kill in every single round. And that's keeping in mind that his average is 0.97, so like pretty much a kill per round. He's keeping up with it, and he's gonna keep going up if Team 1 continue in the way that they are now. So desperate times call for desperate measures, and going the old Roman style is definitely desperate here. Let's see, Legend, Hell, bringing out the Monty. Lukid is playing downstairs though, so you might see a late round flank from the Jaeger. Go in, and you're not going to be able to shockwire that. Skadinia falls back. Elevate, very successful on the wall now. They'll be able to open it up. And Hell is going to come in and try to pressure from Garage. Unfortunately, for really every team that likes to play this sort of style, is that Monty going up in Garage is so slow that you need to be very careful with your time when you do that sort of thing. And the Habana needs to use an Exkyros here to hold on to the windows and anybody falling back. In this case, Reduct is your biggest obstacle.
I really like the Hail Mary play of the Montaigne here because the Garage presence from Team 1 has been pretty significant. Now, here's the thing. Team 1 are countering the Hail Mary play by bringing 2 players in Garage. They've got Falls and Reduct to hold this, and that gives a crossfire, which means Monty cannot push up the stairs without being punished, which means Elevate now have to deal with one of these 2 guns on the catwalk before they push the Monty. Oh, he's actually doing it perfectly. He is going to be able to push up the stairs without being punished at all, thanks to his great crosshair placement. But the question is he going to be able to do any work from here? ADS is, oh, nice down there from Falls. Capitao hits the floor. Zion not able to do anything, but Lev will get the refrag. Reduct will finally finish off Cypress, though, and Zion is still on the floor. But meanwhile, Mighty's in sight, and he's got a double kill. Skadinia and Lukid now the last ones on Team 1 to keep them in this round. Huge plays from Mighty, and he's going to be holding on to the hallway. A third onto Skadinia. It's just Lukid, the top performer for Team 1 through this season, but he's even got a Montaigne to deal with, and Zion's been picked up. Down the cash stairs comes Mighty. He's looking to challenge in the heads-up fight. Lukid doesn't take it immediately, but here he comes, and he gets it. Down goes Mighty. All right, Lukid back in this round, looks like, but it's post-plant now. And Hell, again, on the Montaigne, makes this all but unwinnable. A drop from Zion outside, and he will be setting up on the Garage door, but it's not even going to be necessary. It'll be the final kill for Lev, and Elevate will go to the final round.
Oh my.
Going all the way. Going the distance, as it were.
Yep, going the distance. Not as far as we've had for North America in our last play day. It's 48 rounds out of 48 possible. But man, Elevate really fixed their issues in this one. And oh, I'm not sure about this. Team 1 go back to cache CCTV.
Really? After that performance? Well, I mean, maybe there's not going to be a Montaigne this time. Let's see. Oh, there's going to be a Montaigne.
Of course. The Legion.
Oh,
yes!
What a counter pick.
Yes!
Balls.
That's the play. That is the play.
So they're leaning into the Montaigne pick, assuming it's going to come, and Falls is right.
Just great. That's the perfect way to deal with it. You have the Thatcher that can do decent chunk of work, but the big deal is going to be that Capitao. You can't do anything about those bolts.
That's true, but the bolts haven't been really relevant. Zion has been struggling with his placement on those bolts.
Yeah, in the previous round, though, the best part of it is that because of the bolt, he forced the Maestro out, right? And the Habana had used one of her Skyros to hold it down.
But then Zion also got downed by the Maestro while he was rotating.
Yes.
That's rough, you know? Yeah, it's a little bit of a payback there from Falls as he was falling off the catwalk. Now, there's definitely a simple beauty in the pick that Falls just brought out in the 6-pick phase. And the counter is very standard. but it's good to know that Team One are aware of what they need here. And that is like, it's just, again, it's a simple beauty. We'll see if it's enough for them to actually win this match, though, because the Elevate Montaigne was not actually the only reason Elevate won that round. It was Mighty pushing into sight through the breach. That was the main reason. He got a 3-piece off that.
And how did he get that 3-piece? Because the Monty was
Distracting.
forcing the attention and distracting Team One so well.
So Falls is going to have a lot on his shoulders here for sure in terms of delaying the Montaigne, but the rest of Team One have to be aware of the site and not allow a player like Mighty to just walk in like he did in the last round.
So Reduct trying to deal with those drones and finally have support from the Legion to take him out of play.
So the ADS is going down there to counteract the Zofia lifeline, which is going to come in through the drone hole. He put it down late. The lifeline, I think, was successful. I'm not entirely sure. The Hibana Excaros was placed in the middle there from Elevate, though, so half of the wall would get opened. The other half won't. So that is smart from Elevate to put it in the middle. They guarantee themselves the wall getting opened even just a little bit, unless there was an Electric Claw, but that would have been countered by the EMP. So that's a really good take from Elevate.
They zapped part of it, but not the entirety of it.
That's what I said,
because you posted in the
middle. And so, yeah, that's really good play from Elevate to get that wall open, but it also is that the fact that they don't have a full wall open. Now, there is one goo mine there. I don't think the Montaigne's going to step on it. I think he's aware. Oh, yeah, it gets shot there. So that's really good calls from the Montaigne to make that happen, and now he's right on top of Falls. This Montaigne play, I got to say, from Hell, 10 out of 10 so far.
Goes for it, goes for the knife, and hits him!
Suddenly it's really bad. Okay.
Falls beautifully played there. That's how you shut down a Monty.
See, I complimented his Montaigne play, and then it went to garbage.
The caster's curse.
I guess so. Team One now in a basically, very hard to lose position, given the fact that they just eliminated the Montaigne factor in Garage. They also have a small breach compared to a large breach, and there goes Mighty. Elevator falling apart at the seams.
Yeah, this is definitely falling apart, and you don't even have a way to enter into the site. Gooman's going to get picked up and thrown back into the wall, or at the doorway here. This should slow down the attack even more. Both of the impacts are going to get thrown in. Both will do no damage, but Reduct will find Zion again.
Last two players on the Garage doorway, but only 20 seconds to make this happen, and they have little to no control. I mean, they don't have any control. One will rotate over to Stock. That's going to be Cypress, and he's trying his best to get a pinch onto the player in Garage, but he doesn't have time for this, to be honest. Reduct will take down Lev from the bottom of Garage. That'll be his second kill. It's just Cypress. Team One looking like a 7-5. And there it is. Team One managed to take it out. Cypress, once again in this match, will save his KD. And we will move on. Team One keep their chances of land very much alive. They go to 22 points, and they will actually jump over Team Liquid.
It's pretty big. A reminder to everybody watching that Team One hold the advantage in an aggregate score against Team Liquid and FaZe Clan, and are tied 11 rounds to 11 against NIP.
22 points now for Team One, and 21 for Team Liquid, 23 for FaZe, but the only one of those three teams that plays still today is FaZe.
Yep.
So that is really good for Team One. Huge win for them, and now it's FaZe's turn to see if they can actually really cement their position at LAN.
Yep. Should they get the victory today against MIBR, then they'll tie up in points with NIP. Let me just check the...
No, they won't. 27 points for NIP. That would put FaZe at 26.
That's true. That's true.
So if FaZe wins here, they will get 26 points, which will put them 1 point behind NIP. But all things considered, again, NIP's matches to end out the season, they play against Liquid and FaZe. That's rough. Whereas FaZe, they have a match against MIBR today, which...
Doable.
That should very much be a win for FaZe. And then, who do they play next? INTS, which again should be a win for FaZe.
Currently, FaZe and NIP are also tied in rounds 6-6. So that game between them might decide everything.
That's true. Yeah, and that will be, of course, the final game of the season, which is perfect timing, I have to say.
I hope it'll be enough timing to get those visas sorted out.
Yeah, they're doing well. I mean, well, we do have an interview, as it turns out.
Yes, let's have a chat with Bodega. What's up, Bodega? How are you doing?
Hey Milosh, how's it going?
Pretty good. So, good to see finally a Latin American team being interviewed on here. You guys still have...
It's the first time?
First time? Is it the first time, Kix?
I haven't heard of any other times.
Yeah, so this is officially the first time we've had it. So there you go, as far as we know. But congratulations on your victory. Your chances for Japan are still alive. It's not impossible, and you have two relatively easier games to go through later. So, that said, I really want to focus on the end of this matchup. The Monty play that came out against you was very scary. Was the Legion the pure adaptation to it? Were you expecting it in the final round to come out again? And how was it in the round previous to that? How did it affect your attention?
So the Monty is a scary one, but on the first round that we lost to them with the Mountain. For our utility, we didn't do it good. So we asked for Luki to use the Jaegers better. So we, so they couldn't open garage, so they couldn't open servers, so we had more time to spend and fight with the Mountain.
Yeah, because we saw in the round before that he was coming up, but really it's just the fact that you lost that balcony so quickly, the server wall that just kind of was lost there. Also, the way that you were defending in gym and bedroom, you were trying to hold on to it. There was little time left, and it was a 2-2. How was it trying to communicate with everybody in the team that, hey, we're down to 0 in time. You have enough time to kind of go back up and fight, if you will, because the round was lost, but we weren't sure how the dynamic was set between the team.
So which one are you talking about? The bedroom one?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can barely hear what's with you.
Sorry.
There's like a lot of feedback behind you.
Oh, sorry. We didn't test it too much. Okay.
I know it's the first time, so it happens. But if you can hear me correctly, the big question was on G bedroom defense, the round where Lev was able to clutch. It was down to 0-0 when he went in for the plant. Barely any time, yet we saw a very slow rotation from the entire team. What was going on there? How is the communication like for Team 1?
So I think that Reduct was doing on downstairs, right?
Yeah, there was one player downstairs, yes.
Yeah, so I think if he was on the side, we couldn't. I think we will be able to hold the side because the C4 there wouldn't be that effective because they were pushing like too quickly since this was the end of the round. So I think that's why we lost it. Because it was pretty much won for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Reduct tried to do like too much good to win the round, so I think that's why we lost.
It kind of confused you in the end to kind of see everything happen so quickly. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sometimes when it's in the end of the round, the team that's practically losing the round, they are unpredictable, so that's why they won, basically.
Yeah, they say like, okay, we have nothing to lose, let's just try whatever we can get. And Elevator were able to find it. That said, you guys right now hold the tiebreak over FaZe Clan, you hold the tiebreak against Liquid, and you're tied with NIP. Team 1, honestly, it's not impossible to go to Japan. How's your preparation for it, should it happen?
We're just going game by game. Really, we don't really care if it qualify. Yeah, we care, but
Be honest.
Yeah, but for our first half was really bad. So if we don't qualify, it's not a big deal, We're doing just our thing. We know we're the best in LATAM, so next season we're gonna be first place. So.
If anything, it's quite impressive, the storyline, to come all the way from CL to fighting for your spot in Japan. Definitely there a possibility. Can't wait to keep watching you guys over the next few days. Who knows? It can topple everything in Latin America. Anything you'd like to say to the fans out there, though, Badeka?
Can't say it in Portuguese because there's a fan page who's doing very bad right now. And I would like to say salve pra torcida dourada. Eu sei que você tá passando por péssimos momentos agora, então estamos aqui na gringa e vamos pro Japão. I was trying to say that so there's a fan page, the creator of the fan page, one of his parents died, so I was giving, so yeah.
So our condolences as well. Is this the R6 Brazil community page?
Yeah.
Because it's a massive group. So I personally am part of it as well. So I didn't know about it. So I guess I hope everything goes well. I know it's very tough. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's end on a bit of a happier note. Team 1's spot still possible. We'll see how that happens. Thank you again for the interview, Dega. Our first one ever. Latin American teams. Good night.
Good night.